everybody, my fellow Animal Crossing players. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Sammie and today we'll be working on the last part of my island, besides the beaches of course, and we're going to make ourselves a rock garden. So let's go ahead and start building. So in the back of the museum we have this empty plot of land to work with. Instead of having the rock garden on this ground floor, I decided I wanted to connect this rock garden with my museum build. So I started to build up the level of the cliffs to a space that I thought would be big enough. I thought it would be really cute to have a bridge leading to this rock garden from the museum, so I went ahead and adjusted the space so that I would be able to fit a bridge. Then I started to put down custom designs to show exactly where I wanted my rocks to show up. I realized I needed more space for this build, so I went ahead and I adjusted the cliff that I made. On this left side, I imagined this incline being here, so that's why I have a little bit of the cliff sticking out, and I started to measure out where my incline would go with the custom designs. And then I started to connect the cobblestone pathing to this incline. In front of the campsite, I wanted to make kind of like a mini waterfall pond area. I thought it'd be really cute to have this view of the pond when you're walking up the incline on the way to the rock garden. Then I started to put the in-game stone pathing to make sure that the rocks will not spawn anywhere else in this area except for the places that I left blank. To ensure that the rocks won't spawn on the ground level, I started to decorate the area with trees, shrubs, flowers, and custom designs. I was going for a really abandoned, almost whimsical type of build for this one, so I put a bunch of purple and blue flowers all over the place. But to be honest, I just didn't want to get rid of those flowers because I think the blue and purple flowers are like my favorite that's in this game. So I time traveled to the next day and we have one rock down, so that's a good sign. The next minute or so is just very repetitive. I time travel to the next day and check if the rocks are spawning in the area that it's supposed to be. Since the bridge was completed, I decided to go ahead and place the incline also for the next day. So this last rock, I kid you not, this last rock was so stubborn. It would not spawn in the area that I wanted it to. I had to remove so much footage of me frantically running around my island looking for this last rock, but it was nowhere to be found basically. Seriously, if you watch my previous builds, like you know that I cover every grass space with trees, shrubs, flowers, custom designs or items, so it couldn't have spawned anywhere else. But for some reason it just wasn't showing up. So I decided to erase the in-game pathing, hoping that it would show up, and for this area I imagined it to be kind of an abandoned rock circle type of place, so I ended up putting down a bunch of the stone items. as you can see, the last rock has spawned, but it's not in the place that I wanted it to be. It's actually a couple of spaces off from where I wanted it to go. So I tried everything to get it into the spot that I wanted. Then I time traveled again, and then it disappeared again. I didn't know what was going on, like seriously. But I was getting so frustrated with this, and I literally thought this was going to be the easiest and fastest video that I would make, but I was wrong. So finally, I just accepted that it wasn't going to spawn in the place that I wanted it to go. So I just left it as it is and adapted to make it still sort of work out. I added a bunch of flowers, custom designs, and weeds on the ground to give it that abandoned type of feel to it. And afterwards, this build is basically done. So now we can go ahead and do our walkthrough. I'm so happy that I put this bridge here. I think it adds a nice touch to the area, and I like to think that this bridge can lead to a totally different place from the rest of my island, which is this place being all abandoned looking. I actually added more weeds to the area so that it looked even more full and overgrown, so that's why it looks a little different. But I really like the way that it turned out, even though that one rock still kind of bothers me. I am happy and content with the final outcome. Like a cute little Daisy May roaming around in the background. I don't need turnips today, but thank you. So in the middle of this build, I realized that you would be able to see the outline of the Loch Ness Monster, and I thought that was so cool. So this concludes the speed build. I know I should be in the middle of the rocks with that ta-da reaction, but I just thought it was so cool that you can see the Loch Ness Monster in the background, so I decided to stand here instead. But thank you so much for coming to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it and it motivates you to want to play the game and maybe even make your own rock garden. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave your feedbacks in the comment, and subscribe so you can be notified of any future videos I post. Anyways, I hope you have a great day or night. Bye!